What's crack-a-lackin'? I got not a guy, not the guy, but that franchise guy here with me today to do a mock draft because it's mock draft season. It's probably mock draft season like months ago, but here we are. You want to go ahead, shout yourself out? Not that you probably need to. I'm kind of the small fish in this big ocean.
No, it's good to be back, man. Always fun. Mock drafts, we make fun of it, but they really do never get old. It's always a good time. So
the possibilities are endless, man. They're just endless. But Marcus is going to go ahead. He's going to take the odd teams. I'm going to take the even teams. We'll discuss trades. Maybe we'll see where they're at. But you want to go ahead, start us off with the Carolina Panthers. And you know what? Do you want to do predictive or just a little mix of both?
I usually do what I would do, so it might be better to do predictive, just to kind of. What are you thinking? What was the last mock draft you did? We'll do the opposite of that. I
actually did what I would do. I did a 2-round what I would do, and it got crapped on, and I loved it.
Well, what do you think? It's your channel.
Yeah, let's go ahead with predictive. What we think they can do, because it's great. Total my guys. I could just totally throw them on the back burner. It's great.
I say that, and then I'm like, I don't really want to do. I just don't like predictive. I just like taking.
I hate
taking
predictive. The guys. I hate it so much. So let's just do what we would do.
All right, that settles it. That settles it. All right. I will kick things off then, and I'm gonna go Bryce Young because to me he's tier 1. Everyone else is in tier 2, and I think if you're giving up that much, you should swing a little bit higher than CJ Stroud. And not trying to crap on CJ Stroud, but man, they really did give up a lot. They gave up like 4 huge picks, DJ Moore, and
I was shocked.
The thought of that, yeah, it was a lot. But to me, it's like you got to love a guy with a high upside if you're going to do that. And I just don't believe that that's CJ Stroud for a variety of reasons that have probably been well documented at this point. But yeah, I'm going to go with Bryce.
All right. Well, that gives me the Texans. So yeah, sometimes I'll do like predictive with the first two. It's like, okay, Stroud's a hot name with the Panthers, which, okay, cool. This Texans pick's easy. It's my favorite guy. It's Bryce Young. But so like, I kind of like the idea of maybe Anthony Richardson taking the swing, but it feels maybe much more of a safer move. This is the first move for at least D'Amico Ryan and company. So maybe just go with the safe, I guess, floor quarterback. That's a weird thing to say, but yeah, like a guy that can be a top 10, top 12 guy. So I'll go ahead, take CJ Stroud here.
Yeah.
Now do we deliberate? Because you're actually both the Titans.
I'm responsible for both. Okay, yeah. That works. Although it's fun when it's like I'm calling you and we got to negotiate a trade.
Yeah, but, all right.
Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit before we recorded, but there's been some rumblings about the Titans getting interested in this pick, and it was something that was kind of on the back of my mind a couple of months ago as like a sneaky trade up team. And I don't know if it'd be for Anthony Richardson or Levis. We can cross that bridge in just a second, but I do think it makes sense. You got Tannehill, his contract is nearing its end, and personally, I actually don't think this is a like. I think they think they're a lot closer than the public perception on them views them. I actually look at that defense, and I think they feel very good about that unit. I know they have lost some pieces on the O-line, but I think they have a good reason to be excited about Treylon Burks, Chigo Okonkwo. Derrick Henry didn't show any signs of slowing down. So, like, I think if you put in, a quarterback, it's a little bit closer to like taking that next step, closer to like what the Niners did going to get Trey Lance. It's not on the same scale, if that makes sense. But I actually do like the concept of moving up, trying to increase your ceiling at that quarterback position. So let's make a trade. And I like this for Arizona because this is one of those teams that you can probably get that big haul. I don't love them going down to like 7, for example, with the Raiders, because I don't think you're getting a future first there, and you're probably also missing out on Will Anderson. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. If I'm moving down, I want that overpay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So It's definitely going to cost a first next year from Tennessee. What
second?
What other picks do they got?
They got 41, 72. I imagine we'll only see 2 picks from this year.
Yeah. So I think it would be a first and second this year. So you're going, 41 plus 11 is worth, I'm just going off the value chart, about 1750. So and then you add the first in next year. I think that might be enough.
Yeah. Okay.
You get 11, 41 and their first next year. I think that's good for Arizona. And then now I have to decide who I want to pick.
Yeah.
You can stay close to home and go Levis, who I actually think really fits their system. I'm higher on Levis than kind of where the narrative is at on him right now. He wouldn't be unfamiliar with a bad offensive line stepping in for the Titans, or you just swing for the fences with Anthony Richardson. I think because Tannehill is there, you have the freedom to take a guy like Anthony Richardson. So let's do that. Let's take Richardson, and they can really tap into the threat of the run. And he definitely has that upside that could return value for making a move like this.
Oh man. Yeah, that is definitely does.
And you're keeping them out of the conference or out of the division.
Yeah, now this enables, even if they do want to ship maybe Tannehill to the Jets after the whole Aaron Rodgers thing just falls through. All right, I got the Colts. This is Will Levis. I mean,
yeah, you gotta.
It's kind of
you don't have a choice.
Already rumored that that's the guy that they like anyway. You know, a lot of people like to put Richardson there just because Coach Shane there had Jalen Hurts. So it's like, oh yeah, just get Anthony Richardson. Go run some RPOs, have fun. I mean, people forget Will Levis is like this sturdy, mobile guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not Richardson, but I mean, we're not going to see that for a while anyway. So,
yeah, I mean, if you want to take out of this, that's a tough call for the Titans because I think that in my opinion, I think they both have a chance of being really good. And if Richardson doesn't take those steps, you're going to look back and crap. We let the Colts get Levis. So that would just be like a fun, that those Twitter crowds would be going at each other.
Yeah, I feel like even with Anthony Richardson, you get that Lamar effect where it's just he's such a playmaker and such a hassle to game plan for that. I guess the floor might be a little bit higher with that, even if he is kind of a freaking buckshot with his accuracy.
Yeah. All right. So Seattle, I'm kind of worried about Jalen Carter. Actually, it just keeps stacking up. You got the McShay reports. You got obviously the driving incident. Yeah. Then you get the pro day. Now he's telling teams outside the top 10, F off.
Not a great off-draft season process.
Man, dude, we've had 2 first-round Georgia players in the last, 4 years be out of the league within a year. Isaiah Wilson and Baker, the corner. So it's there's actually a record of players from this very school. So, man, I'm not taking him at 5. I am taking Tyree Wilson. And
over Anderson?
Oh, Anderson's still here. I'm not used to Anderson being here because I usually just
it's different, right?
Well, then there's not even any analysis to be had. It's you make this pick in the first 5 seconds and pop champagne.
Yeah, man. I was like, wow, man. Because I mean, I've seen people do that, and I'm just like, I don't get it. But for the Detroit Lions, I feel like you have 2 first-round picks. It kind of enables you to take a swing with the first round or with the first rounder. That's why I kind of like the idea of I think you've talked about it quite a bit, moving up for an Anthony Richardson or and whatnot. But I feel like Jalen Carter is kind of that same thing. that you just put him there next to Liam McNeil. I know that there's some cool things you could do with Tyree Wilson, have him be kind of like your early down guy on the outside, kick him inside when you bring in James Houston. But prior to this, man, Jalen Carter was that guy. He was that guy, and Mr. Campbell, he's no nonsense. So I feel like you could take that swing, hopefully get him in that atmosphere, that environment, and maybe kind of check some of those things. I'm sure there's
you're gonna put him in the Motor
there.
City, huh?
Yeah. There's freaking Dan Campbell, just give him his race car helmet and like, all right, well, be careful, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a hard time pushing or even projecting Jalen Carter like past 6. I really do. But it's typically tough. I don't have 4 quarterbacks going all down the top 4. So
right.
All right, Raiders, bud.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Witherspoon.
Okay.
I do like, yeah. Yep, I'm going to go Witherspoon. The idea of taking Wilson has grown on me. Just because I think between him and Max Crosby, you can get that top 2 or 3 edge combo, and Wilson doesn't have to be the one. But Witherspoon right now is tied with Carter for my highest grade. Second highest grade behind Will Anderson. Well, third behind Bijan. Can't forget to sneak him in there. But that dude's tape is so fun, man. It's just sticky. He just covers guys. I know it's lazy to say that, but it's like an elastic band. Every time the receiver starts to separate a little bit, it's like boom, it just squeezes that space so quickly. Yeah,
man. People can worry about size, but we've seen the physical nature, at least the hidden ability that he possesses. Atlanta Falcons. I've always find this pick very interesting because I'm typically edge, corner, because I don't feel like their pass rush is by far complete. Despite who did they bring in? They brought in the cat from New Orleans. Yeah,
they got Onyemata.
Oh, that's right, on the interior. Yeah.
But I think they're still leaving this space open, I believe, unless they sign someone I'm forgetting about.
They brought, I think is it Caden Ellis, the Saints?
Oh, they did bring. He's kind of a hybrid off ball. They got Calais Campbell, but that's not. This pick's pretty easy for me personally, but sounds like you might be a little bit lower on Wilson.
It's not that I try to game plan later rounds, right? So I try to big brain it, and it's I feel much better about the quality of edge talent in round 2 than I do corner. I feel like there's a big drop off there. I'd rather come out with stinking Christian Gonzalez than looking at guys like I feel like Tyreek Stevenson probably be the guy I'd be looking at on round 2. Maybe Julius, maybe Brent's, but I feel like 40's. I guess 40's not a tad high for him. But when you're looking at the edge, there's BJ Ojolari could fall, Will McDonald could fall. I just feel like the talent there is so much more immense. And then you could also open up receiver there in round 2, and I feel so good about corner here and just kind of completing that. Since it's such a volatile position, continue to get depth. They saw promising things from guys like Alford last year and former San Diego State guy. I can't remember him off the top.
Yeah, Hall definitely showed some promise there. Yeah, I liked him too.
Yeah, so it's just being able to get that really good corner core, I think could go a long way. So I'm gonna go with Christian Gonzalez. Size and speed, man. Size and speed.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong there. I just think Wilson, they would go Wilson. I will throw that, but I get we're doing what I would do, or what we would do. But because they have the Saints staff coming in, I think they want those like big pocket pusher types.
Yeah.
And he definitely fits like something they don't have at all because Ebiketie not that guy.
He is not.
But yeah, hard to argue with your logic as well. So 9 is off the top of my head. Why can't I think of who's 9?
Oh, the Bears.
Bears. Man, it's interesting with I'm not used to Wilson being here for them.
Yeah, I did this in my 2-round mock, and I loved it.
Because I know everybody wants to get them a tackle, and I get that. But have you taken a look at that D-line lately? Another way to help Justin Fields is to not make him score 35 points every week. So I think Flus is another guy that wants that bigger bodied edge. Always seemed to be what he valued in Indy. And I think if Wilson's there, that's the pick.
Yeah, I feel like that's like kind of a run the card in type of moment.
And I love Paris Johnson, but
yeah, no, I hear that. I mean, what they're reporting that maybe Taven Jenkins moves to right tackle, which
yeah, their O-line is
weird,
better than it gets credit for.
It is.
There's definitely room to improve it, but it's definitely better than it gets credit for. Right tackle's like the one thing, but there's a lot of right tackles in this class, and now you're not starting that run at 9. So
yeah,
maybe you can make a move later and jump up for one at the back end of the first.
Yeah, this pick for me for the Eagles, I typically like to trade this pick down because I've had Levis fall here a few times. And I've kind of had fun with like Vikings or the Buccaneers moving up, but I
can see that, by the way.
Right? I think because like Tampa Bay, like they feel like a team that's like, oh yeah, well, give us a quarterback that's more mobile than Brady. Yeah, to hell with our offensive line. We have weapons out the wazoo. We'll just get the ball out quick. Yeah, man, this Eagles pick's actually mighty tough. But I like this. I like just keep adding playmakers. I actually really like this as a fit for Jackson Smith and Njigba.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I mean he's a totally different animal than Quez Watkins,
Wow.
So, like, it's kind of weird because it's like it feels like a bit of a luxury pick, but I don't really feel like it is. Really don't feel like I feel like anything else.
Is it overkill though?
Hey man, hey. Typically, teams like to have 3 good wide receivers. You get one of the better run blocking receivers too.
Yeah, but you think he's one of the better run blocking receivers? I didn't think that way.
I think he's one of the better in this class, but I mean that's also like there's not a lot of size in this class.
Yeah, for sure. I have an interesting question to propose. I'm just curious. Who helps their offense more this year, Bijan or Jackson Smith and Njigba?
Oh man, stop with the beat. I could see it, but I feel like they could get that same type of production from guys like Kenneth Gainwell and a healthy Rashad Penny.
They can get, what did they have from Sanders last year? Like 1,200 yards?
Oh, was it that much?
I'm checking right now. Yeah, 1,271. You could get 1,900 from Bijan.
And I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. And man, I feel the philosophy is right there. You got this good of an offensive line, a top 5 in the league. So yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, put a top running back behind there. Here's
my thinking about it. They better than anyone in the league put those like they basically create one-on-ones in the run game with because of the threat of Jalen Hurts keeping it. So you're always going to get that one-on-one with Bijan and a linebacker, and he's going to make that guy miss at a rate that's 5 times higher than what Miles Sanders did. I think what any other back in this class will do. And I think just that factor alone is like ridiculous to think about. But I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I just really hate that at 10, man. Just
well, and if you put, honestly, like you put Jackson Smith and Jigba there, how many of those are targets that you're now taking away from AJ Brown?
Which I feel like is fine, as long as he's being productive with those targets. And this guy was amazing after the catch.
Is it going to be AJ Brown? No. All right, I'm done playing devil's advocate. I'm just having fun.
I love the idea of that, but
yeah, man. Maybe I'm just like playing the role of Brian Gutekunst. Like, hey, don't take him. We want him at 15. No, it's a good pick. I also think like someone on their radar would definitely be Paris Johnson, just kind of the way that they draft. But that's not.
I've thought about that too. I've had thinking my last one, I had them picking up Osiris Torrance because I was just like what do I get here at the back end of the this was like back end of the first round. I was like, I mean, I guess you just keep making her strength to strength.
Yep. Well, now what do we do? We move down with Arizona.
Yeah.
So, this is some fresh stuff here because I have not obviously picked for the Cardinals outside of 3.
Yeah, I haven't done that either. So
wow. So now I'm like, where do we go? I think O-line's definitely in play. I always love the idea of taking smaller players to pair with Kyler's height situation. Yeah. Like, it's fun to laugh about, but I think it's actually helpful.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Cornerback is such a problem for them.
Yeah.
Edge is a problem for them.
I mean, at least they got
Give me Banks.
Young guys.
Give me Banks. Give me Deontay Banks. Best player available. Position of need. Like, I think he can be a really good man corner, but I think I actually have him with the highest zone cover grade in this class. Really? I think he's incredibly smart. They will need that for their system with the Fangio stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, Houston Texans. Ooh.
That's the highest I've had or seen Banks.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was a slow burn on Banks. Some of the stuff I got when I was watching him, I felt like not necessarily take plays off, but he didn't like seem tuned in sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, you go to like the Ohio State game and it was like, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Freaking monster. Where the hell's this guy? I had that same gripe with Joey Porter going into the season though, because I saw one Maryland game where I was like, what the hell's this guy doing? Is he even trying?
No, I think that even showed up a little bit last year too with Porter.
Yeah. All right, man. This Texans pick. I'm like adamantly think this is a defensive pick. Like I think, okay, they get their quarterback. I know it's real sexy to go out and grab like Quentin Johnston. I think it's real sexy. I like that pick a lot, but I really think they're like, okay, we get our quarterback, but we didn't do anything with our defensive line in free agency, so let's go ahead and take care of that. The question just is, who is the guy? Unfortunately, Miles Murphy's having his pro day tomorrow, and I'm kind of like anxiously.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I really loved him coming into the season, and then he crapped on this season. I was like, what the hell is this guy?
I mean, that's kind of the general consensus is like the people that like were doing some prep before the year started were like super excited for him, and then the people like me, like I'm just completely fresh come like January. I was like, I don't get it.
I had him on par with Will Anderson like coming into the year.
Wow.
Like I just thought they were kind of like two different beasts. You get like the overwhelming like power and just wasn't that this year.
No.
There was parts of it, but not quite a bit. I feel like Lucas Van Ness might be a nice pick here.
I think they'd love him.
Yeah, he played Tech in 2021. Looked really good this season. I get in my comments like, "Oh, he didn't start," and I was like, "Yeah, but once they put him in the game, they couldn't get him out. He was like playing 40 snaps a game. What the hell?"
Yeah, for sure. He was like starting just so they could like, let the other guys feel good about like getting in there first. But once the game started, it was like, okay, yeah, he's
got to play our upperclassmen.
Yeah, I think they'll be not just that they'll be high on him. I think he like from a what I would do perspective, he makes a ton of sense because he can basically do. I mean, they're going to be one of the more stunt heavy teams in the league, and as just a baseline of production for him, he's going to be a monster on stunts because he's just so good at being that occupy guy. Just come in, crash, distract, and then let other guys loop in and around him. But he can do the Eric Armstead role. He can develop a little bit more off the edge. Like I think it's a perfect pick for them. 13 is going to be
the Jets,
not the Packers.
Not the Packers. Do you think we find out anything before the draft, or do you think this might be something that goes down after the draft?
I think it's before the draft. I think it's coming in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, nice. Cut it close.
Yeah. But yeah, I still think it could be 13, but it's going to come. It's probably not going to be 13 because I think the Jets want to get that offensive lineman here. Yeah. But I think it could come at the cost of something a little bit more than Jets fans are ready for, whether it's a first round next year or Jermaine Johnson or something. They're going to have to compromise somewhere if they're not giving him 13, I think. But yeah, I'm going to take Paris Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't watched Skoronski, full disclosure. I know I'm going to like him, but I really like Paris Johnson.
Paris Johnson's nice.
Upside wise, I just don't see me viewing Skoronski as a higher upside player.
Nah, I mean, he already comes in with the sub 33 inch. I mean, how much upside can you really have from there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he was like coming. I think not this past year, but the year before, he was playing at sub 300. So.
Yeah. For me, it's more about the size than it is the arm length. But yeah, I think Paris is just like a little underrated, like just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't get.
I have him very similarly. I view him very similar to how I felt about Andrew Thomas coming out a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he do be nice. And I think he could play really both sides too. He played right guard and
exactly. That's what's
so. New England Patriots. I honestly I would love Quentin Johnston here. Just be Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi's best friend. Man, yeah, get that guy on a slant. Don't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry. What's arm strength? Who cares about arm strength? Just knock the ball off 5 yards. I don't know. Broderick Jones, I feel like could be a consideration, but I mean, we saw how things went with their last Georgia tackle. It was fine. It wasn't spectacular, but it was fine.
Yeah.
And then I don't think they'll be looking at corner with this pick. I think Joey Porter would be nice to give them size, but I think they're pretty content. They brought back Jonathan Jones.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take Quentin Johnson. I just think that's super sexy. They brought in Juju.
They need some juice.
Yeah. And they could dump, Devontae Parker is $6 million.
That's kind of something they're missing. A little bit of, just juice. It's like the only way to describe that. All right. Packers are up.
Is this Bijan?
Man, I don't even know how I'd feel about that. I honestly, like, I would be like, I would have a better reaction to that than I did about like Quay Walker last year, for sure. At least I think Bijan is the best player in this draft.
All right.
Not a third round prospect. Van Ness is gone. I feel like someone's hanging out there that
Oh man, if they really
I don't
like
normally
Georgia,
like going
there's
tackle
Nolan
for
Smith.
them, but what'd you say?
So if they really like Georgia, Nolan Smith.
Yep. I wouldn't mind Nolan Smith. I don't normally like going tackle for them, but Skoronski is fascinating just because of the flexibility. We got, with Johnston gone, that's tough. Man. Are there any teams willing to come up?
Oh.
Or like Porter or Nolan Smith? Because I feel like the board just fell horribly for the Packers here.
Yeah. I feel like maybe like a Tampa Bay maybe jumps for like maybe a Nolan Smith.
Oh, would Tampa come up for Skoronski?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like Tampa would come up. I control them, right?
Yeah, you control them.
All right. I'm going to come up. It's going to be some combination of later picks in this draft. Yeah. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but
I'll figure it out.
Whatever that may be. I've had enough freaking draft pick trade discourse from my mock draft earlier today that I'm just like, those comments are always so funny. It's like, you really think my absolute most importance for this trade was like the fine details of like how it's gonna.
Oh, anyway. I had someone complain about a 5th round pick in a trade with. Man, I was like, okay, I'm sorry, didn't know you had that Pro Bowler in the 5th round. My bad.
It's ruthless out here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have Tampa come up here and get their tackle. That's it. I mean, that offensive line is like quietly turned into a complete disaster over the last 2 years. So we'll go Skoronski for Tampa.
So, yeah, I think that's really nice since he could kind of like literally play anywhere.
Yeah.
Right, man. I've been really liking trading down with this Washington pick with the Chargers a lot, like all the time. Like I'm like, hey, we'll take Eckler. You get to draft Bijan. You know,
ooh.
I've done it like the last.
You're jumping Detroit.
Yeah. So I have like Chargers that. Come up, jump Detroit, get Bijan.
So it's just 21 and Eckler.
I have them
16?
swap first, and I do Eckler, and I have I think
Chargers give another pick in there.
Like, yeah. Chargers
like
I
a third
think,
or
fourth, and I think like to kind of balance it out, I have like another pick.
Oh, I really like that.
I know, and I mean you get Austin Eckler with Eric Bieniemy, dude. Him
and Brian Robinson would be a really, really nice combo.
And then I just take Dalton Kincaid with Washington's pick, and I'm like, perfect, because I don't like taking the tight ends here.
I don't either.
Yeah. So I feel like Joey Porter, I think they've mentioned they want to get more physical at the corner position. And I mean, Porter, he's physical, all right. He be handsy. But I mean, he brings that length. So yeah, I think I'll go Porter here.
Dude, you can do the Chargers trade if you want.
Nah, I feel I've kind of beaten a dead horse with that the last 2 weeks, so I'll reel back.
It's a good call, though. It's a good call. I like that. Pittsburgh?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Pittsburgh's not happy with what you just did.
No, I'm sold that this pick is either Darnell Wright or DeJuan Jones, one of the guys that they were looking at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah,
I've fully convinced myself that that's what this pick is.
But they also have pick 33.
And I thought that, but every time I do a mock draft, those guys aren't there.
Yeah.
So I have told myself that this 17 pick like has to be one of those guys.
Yeah, with those corners gone, that knocks out taking corner here. Brian
typically
Branch
this is
could be a
Banks
fun
pick.
fit. What did you say?
Typically, this is my Banks pick, Deontay Banks.
Yeah, totally. They have a huge hole at strong safety right now. The one guy I'm kind of thinking about is Brian Branch being a fun fit for this team.
Yeah, and I mean he could play in the slot too. They have no one in the slot.
Yeah, they lost Sutton. Yeah, right now their strong safeties are DeMonte Casey and Keanu Neal. If they like a guy like Casey, they'll love Branch. Yeah, Branch is just a much better version of that player. Might be where I go. Yeah. I'm gonna go Branch. It's a really rough safety class.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna risk that, you can get a tackle at 33.
Yeah. I mean, the way this is falling, I mean, Broderick Jones was already kind of like plummeted a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh man, it's hard not to take Bijan here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take Bijan here. They brought in David Montgomery. I don't care.
He's Band-Aid. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And he'll get banged
that's
up.
Terrifying.
Oh, I know, behind that line.
Wow. All right. So Packers at 19.
Yes.
I'm still just like, eh.
Is there a trade down?
I know. I'm just kind of running through the options. Tight end is in play. Kincaid is definitely an option here. I think Nolan Smith is in play here.
How do you feel?
I'm going to go Kincaid. I need to help Jordan.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I like Nolan Smith, but I got a very insightful YouTube comment today. He said, I actually think this might be the year the Packers go offense because they're if you're Gutekunst and those guys, like their jobs is now completely dependent on if Jordan Love succeeds.
Yeah.
And I would like to think that an NFL general manager is not going to look at that and then say, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, go. Have you looked at their depth chart recently?
I have not. I mean, those are the
It's worse than you would think.
Really?
It's worse than you would think. Pull it up.
Okay, let's do this. Because I know they lost Mercedes Lewis. Where'd he go? Or did he just
He's still a free agent.
Oh,
he's going to be a Jet.
That makes sense.
He'll be their tight end 3.
Sense. So, I mean, what? You just got Degara?
Dude, look at both receiver and tight end.
Yeah, I was trying to think of receiver off the top of my head. And I was like, oh, they don't got Cobb. Oh, wow. They have way less than I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked Bo Melton. I mean, it was a 7th round pick.
I know, but it's freaking Bo Melton.
Yeah.
Dude, this is what Gutekunst is doing. I kind of like Bo Melton.
Yeah. Oh, wow, dude. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Wow.
Oh, you know what? Can I take my pick back? Is it too late?
Yeah, no, go for it.
He is not a Packers receiver.
Oh.
But screw their stupid, size requirements for once. I'm going to take Zay Flowers.
Okay. That actually makes my pick tougher. I was kind of liking Zay Flowers for the Seahawks.
And I love this because the one thing with Zay is I don't know if he's going to be a dominant deep threat like I maybe thought.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him run something in the 4.3s, but he's so good in the short to intermediate. And you have Christian Watson there who can be your deep guy. Zay's awesome after the catch. We're going to go Zay. And I I would actually be stoked about that, but they won't do it. It's too small.
Oh man, I have no idea what to do here now. Yeah, because they took Will Anderson. And okay, I'm already looking for a trade back. Because I mean, there's guys here like I think teams would be willing to move up for. It's just none of them feel good here for Seattle. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a tough. You can't take. Yeah, I mean, a trade down would make a lot of sense. Seattle's a typical trade down team too.
Yeah.
So would a team come up for Nolan Smith maybe?
That was the player I was thinking. But I mean, honestly, the Vikings just brought in Davenport on a 1 year.
Yeah, I don't think the Vikes are going to go edge.
Yeah.
Or would a team come up for one of these tackles? Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo.
It's just tough because there's 3 or 4 guys, depending on how many you like, that are still there. So it's you don't really have to trade up if you feel like they're somewhat close.
So the Saints love trading up for guys that they love, right? Maybe they really love one of these interior players, whether it's Cansey, Brazee.
Man, I just don't think they have the luxury to do that anymore. Their depth chart is so bad on defense now. Okay, what about Pittsburgh climbing back in?
Okay, yeah, I was about to say Kansas
jumping
City
up for a tackle.
Yeah, okay.
It's only a 1-pick difference there. Why don't we just include the 32nd pick in this mock draft?
Yeah, I'm down.
And then just have Seattle go down to 32. Because I think Seattle, with the positions they need here, you can move down and get comparable players. I think Pittsburgh should come up. Seahawks get 32 and another good pick. They might even get pick 49. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe a pick swap.
I feel pick swap and man, does Pittsburgh have? I guess it would have to be 49 and then what Seahawks swap give them maybe
I don't know exactly 83. How this would work, but
yeah, it feels like a lot, but oh well, when in Rome. So yeah,
I think if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm willing to give up 49 because you already got. Who do we take? Who do we take for them?
Oh, they 17? Grabbed Branch.
Okay, so you filled out your secondary, fill out the tackle spot. I feel like that's using 3 picks for 2 guys you feel really good about.
Yeah. So I also like moving up with Kansas City because I really want them to keep Jawan Taylor on the right side.
Coming up for happen. Jones.
Yeah, Jones typically. Feel like that's the type of guy you would replace Orlando Brown with. But we'll go ahead and do Pittsburgh, and thank you for your input, Gojo. Appreciate that. And Broderick Jones, I'll take Broderick Jones for the Steelers.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be pick 32, pick 49, and then Seattle would give their 3rd round back. Or
yeah, that's what I was thinking, 83, and then just kind of swap 83 for 49.
Yeah. Okay. Chargers. Tough spot for the Chargers with Zay Flowers gone, Bijan gone, Branch gone. Jeez, this is absolute worst case scenario for them because those are the 3 guys I like for them.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Nolan Smith? Nolan Smith?
That was a name I thought about because I
think he fits their scheme.
Yeah, and I imagine Khalil Mack's probably gone after this season.
Yeah.
I don't know how the restructure looked. I know a lot of people like to do Kincaid here too.
Yeah, maybe it's just I do like that too.
Yeah. I mean, that's not kind of, I don't feel like that's what they need, but it's not like Gerald Everett's doing anything. Like,
maybe it's just the Donald Parham believer in me. I'm gonna roll another year with Everett and Parham. I think a lot of when Everett went wrong, it was being out of sync with Herbert. I actually like Gerald Everett. I think he's a good player. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to just plan for the future a little bit. And you can always move, you can have all three guys on the field too. Bosa and Mack can definitely rush inside too. So he'll help you now, but Mack's not going to be there forever. So yeah, we'll take Nolan Smith there. It's not ideal, but with the way the board fell.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta sit on it. Well, Baltimore, this is another place I actually wouldn't mind trading down at this point with all these receivers gone and the corner. I don't know. I feel like after Banks, it's like I really don't want to touch this cornerback class until the second round.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. The only guy for me would be Stevenson, but
gosh, I do love me Stevenson. I'm a Hurricanes fan though too. I mean, he gives you return ability as well. Did fumble twice against A&M, but
ooh,
I put that in my like.
They got Duvernay though; they don't need it.
Yeah, that's true.
My man.
Oh, buddy. Okay, so they did lose Campbell. So maybe.
Brzee kind of feels like a Baltimore Raven.
Yeah.
I just gotta let Teddy out real quick. What do you think?
Yeah, sure thing. Oh yeah, I got Gojo right now, begging to be let out.
Luckily, I got the door right here.
See, the minute I let him out, like let Gojo out, he immediately wants back in. Man, I really would have loved to.
Hey, I'm living in Minnesota. You don't have to tell me about that twice.
Dang, dude, I really don't like this pick.
No, I think I just take Stevenson and.
Oh, God.
The other thing though, like if you don't take Stevenson, do you feel good? Like, let me ask you this: do you feel good about starting Stevenson day one? Or do you feel like you could start day one?
I mean, he blew
compared
a lot of
to like Cam
last
Smith
year. I think he does a lot of guesswork.
Yeah, I agree there. Zone. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I do like that better than Brandon Stevens. There. All right, go. I'll let you.
I'm gonna let Teddy in too.
All right, I think I'm gonna take Brian Branch. He's just highest guy on my board right now.
I already took Branch.
Oh, did I say Branch? Brian Brzee. My bad.
Okay, Brzee.
We're all kinds of mixed up right now.
It's hard when we don't have it sitting in front of us.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's get back on track here.
All right, so Brian Brzee, Ravens gone. Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings at 23.
Not a great spot. Well, there's something I like doing with this pick.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm much higher on Eddie Tamawa at Abari than I am Elijah Cansey. I really absolutely loved him at the Senior Bowl, and I think he could at least make an easier transition to the inside than Cansey. That he's going to be able to stay on the field on rundowns and whatnot. And I mean, he just got such less working against him than Cansey with that length. And I like the idea of Minnesota like getting that on the interior.
I do really like that fit. Almost like as an Emmanuel Ogba comp too, with Flores' scheme coming over. I do like that fit. I'm just too worried about their secondary though, so I'm going to take Tyreek Stevenson.
Yeah, no, their secondary is terrible.
Yeah, I'm going to go Stevenson here. I'm going to kind of pound the table a little bit that he's more of a back end of round one type of player.
Yeah. Do you feel like they're going to be playing, like Flores is going to be playing more zone this year with their personnel?
He might have to, but I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, I was like,
that's never been. Yeah,
I was really confused when they brought in Murphy, and I was like,
yeah, I think he can play man, but he can't match up against everybody. So
yeah.
I think between him, if Booth can stay healthy, and Stevenson, you could probably run more man with Scene kind of keeping the top down over the top. So we'll go there. All right, you're up.
All right, I think
let's see if Teddy wants to come in now.
This one, I am going to. Okay, I think I'm going to take Anton Harrison here. I've never been a big fan of Cam Robinson. Like, he's fine, but that's like ceiling fine. And they could have Walker Little play right tackle. So I have an Anton Harrison, who might honestly need a year to get his play strength up anyway before he goes out there. So
okay, like that. Yeah, I like going O-line for the Jags. Okay, Giants at 25. I've fallen in love with John Michael Schmitz here.
A lot of people have.
And I just want to make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go that route. Just with, it's either him or Addison, but I'm not convinced Addison's going to be an upgrade over the pieces they have. I really like Michael Schmitz.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a very safe pick. Like, that dude's going to be just a good starter in the NFL.
Yeah.
All right, Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I liked Brian Brazee here, but he is no longer there. This is another pick I really struggle to make for the Cowboys. I kind of like them as like a trade down spot. I know people like I like Mozzie Smith for the Cowboys. I don't know if I like it at 26.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But and actually, in my 2-rounder, that's what I did. I just traded. I think I traded with the Rams and had them take Mozzie at wherever the Rams were picking. It was like 35 or 36. Because like honestly, this team doesn't like, at least surface level, doesn't look like they need much.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? I like Darnell Wright here. Because Terrence Steele, I believe, is a free agent next year.
Yeah.
They could.
You don't think they're going to move? Well, I guess. Yeah, Tyler Smith is probably their left tackle of the future. So now you're taking.
Yeah.
Right tackle of the future. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even if they put like, oh my gosh, who was the older Smith? What's his name? Their left tackle. Tyron. There we go.
Yeah.
He gets beat up, then I mean, you could just. I honestly think Wright could probably play guard and be fine early on. So,
yep, and they've liked that strategy of like, because they did that with Lyle Collins early on. He played guard.
Yeah,
did it with Tyler Smith. So
I thought Smith was fine at tackle. Or Tyler Smith was fine at tackle. I don't know why. Like, why play him at guard this year? You know?
Yeah. Okay. 27. The Bills. Got to be Paris, right? He's the last tackle left here. You took Anton, Darnell Wright, Broderick Jones.
Oh, you mean Dewan?
Sorry, yeah, Dewan.
I was
Jones.
Like Paris.
You're like, crap, did we forget to take Paris Johnson?
Oh, no. Well, this mock is
we
a
got
wash.
to redo this whole thing. Yeah, no, I'm going to take Dewan Jones. Right now I got him as my third guy.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's
Very
fair.
tight grades between DeJuan Jones, Darnell Wright, Anton Harrison. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I lied. I don't have a grade on Skoronski yet. So he's my
that's
fourth
fair.
guy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
because I mean, tackle class falls off kind of a cliff. You got like Bergeron as kind of like the in between,
Yeah.
and then it's
a huge fall off.
yeah. Like it puzzles me seeing like Blake Freeland go in second round sometimes. Because I get it, like he's kind of that next tackle after Bergeron, but it's like, man,
Dude, I've
Freeland
never seen
really
your
let me
dog.
down,
Your
dude.
dog just walked behind you.
Yeah, Gojo. He
That
likes
is
to
a
do that.
beautiful dog.
Yeah, he's a husky and a shelpie, and then I got another husky, but she could give two craps about the family. But yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, you're good. Gojo's great. Like Blake Freeland, like I really thought like he was gonna be like having like a. Well, for me, Abraham Lucas was a top 50 guy last year.
Mhm.
Didn't really get that hype, I guess. I thought Freeland was gonna have like a similar Senior Bowl, and then he just came in and didn't.
He was horrible.
Yeah. So I'm like firmly like I'll take him in the third, but man, like
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that, but oh yeah, Bergeron.
We were just talking about the drop off. Yeah.
Bengals. Well, I guess Jonah Williams will be right tackle. That's fine. I guess we could dip into the tight end class now that we're here.
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing I ran into with my mock this weekend. I was like,
Yeah.
tackles are gone.
Oh man. Yeah, you just released that this morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet because I gotta watch my kids during the Monday and Tuesday. I watch my kids during the day, so I'm just like Paw Patrol, Blaze, other kid shows.
You're not getting them started on mock draft content? at a young
Oh
age?
man, I would if I could. I mean, if it ain't Bluey, then they don't want it. But oh man, Bengals.
Yeah, I had him going Kincaid.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Yeah, because I guess Michael Mayer's a hometown boy. I guess.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I don't know if like high school or something, but I know a lot of people at least said that in my comments. Like when I go Kincaid over
I think
Mayer.
I think one name to at least consider would be Miles Murphy. It just kind of, to me, depends how you feel about Joseph Asai. I felt like Asai really came on.
Yeah,
He's going to have a chip
especially
on his
last
shoulder
year.
after how the season ended.
Oh, dude, I know. Everyone crapped on him after that. I was like, dude, had like the game of his life until that last play.
So I might give Asai a year and punt on edge.
Yeah.
But this is your pick.
Yeah, no, I think I'll take Kincaid here since he's still on the board.
Yeah. All right. 29 New Orleans. I will take Miles Murphy.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, if he's there, I think that's kind of just like a lock, need, scheme fit, value at that point.
Yeah. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles. I was kind of hoping for Murphy, but kind of. I think I'm okay with. I was gonna say Cansey, but man, I really do feel like he might be an outlier. He might be like this unicorn people are chasing. Then again, this is your second first.
He'd be next to Jordan
too.
Davis in this situation.
That is true.
Yeah.
And this is your second first round pick, so send it. We'll get Cansey.
I love it. All right. Kansas City. Bergeron's in play, I think. It's a little bit early, but I think he's in play.
Things go.
I wish they weren't so stubborn about their size at edge.
Yeah.
Because I would love Ajalari for them here.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Can't think of the defensive coordinator's name right now.
Spag.
Spags. Yeah, I don't know if Spags would be happy with me if I did that for him.
Yeah, what, this guy's sub 260? No, thank you.
Let's take Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
Let's take Jordan Addison.
Ooh. That's nifty.
It's a good spot for him.
All right, we'll wrap
They
this
can
up
get him in
with
space.
Seattle. Yeah. So
Seattle's like, God damn it. That was our plan. Was
yeah,
to
I
take
know,
Jordan
right?
Addison.
Yeah, that actually would have been really, really nice. I think I'll just take Osiris Torrance since he's left on the board. Just fill that guard spot. And
yeah, I'm just clicking through. There's like nothing else that really.
Yeah, like I'm
Manuel Forbes, maybe.
Kind of thought maybe Mozzie to get them that kind of nose. Yeah. Because I think they let go of
they completely reshuffled their interior.
Yeah.
The whole group is gone. It's Jerron Reed and Draymond Jones now.
Yeah. The only guy they really brought back was Brian Moan, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
I think he was the only other guy taking like nose tackle snaps. So Mozzie would be fun there. To hell with it. I'll take Mozzie. I'm down.
I like that.
All right. Well, that's the mock draft.
That was a fun mock, man.
That was a time and a half.
Spicy.
Yeah, a lot of interesting picks there. See, and that's the beauty of it, man. I love doing mocks with different like just experimenting with the possibilities, you know?
Yeah.
Get it? Because once we get there, it's not going to go the way we expect it to. You know, Cole Strange is going to go the first round.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for coming on and doing this with me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a ton of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, easy breezy.
Good luck with the rest of draft stuff.
Yeah, Godspeed.
Yes, Godspeed.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have any more outages.
Oh my God, that was brutal. Are you done? Are you done with your evaluations at this point, or are you still going?
For the most part, like I'm doing right now my overlays for like the Photoshops for like my final rankings.
Yeah.
And those just take a long time. So like I'm kind of settled into my top 10 to 15 at most positions. Like safety, like safety's such a crap. Like honestly, putting together top 10 for safety was pretty tough.
I know. I'm not looking forward to that one. It's just a really freaking hard position to evaluate in general.
It is. It doesn't help that the class isn't that good either.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
There's guys I like, but like guys that were supposed to be like really good. Antonio Johnson were just kind of like lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like, he might end up being a linebacker though, the Sacramento State safety, Marte Mapu.
Okay.
He was really fun. I think he was at the NFL PA Bowl, and then he ended up going to the Senior Bowl, and he looked pretty good. I thought all the safeties at the Senior Bowl looked pretty good.
I haven't watched him yet.
Yeah, he's good. He flies. I mean, he's playing at Sacramento State. It's pretty easy to stick out there. So
yeah.
But yeah. Thank you for doing this with me. I'll go ahead get us out of here. But until next time, you be easy, our friends. Later.
Peace out.